Hi, my name is Rhys. This is Assessment of Human Performance, Assignment 1 on health screening. Assessment of Human Performance by Rhys. Informed consent is a method of obtaining health screening, and it basically tells you what it is that is what you're going to be doing. You explain this to the client. It tells the client that they can stop at any point that they want to, and they're not obligated to stay ever or anything. It can be found at the bottom of the health screening questionnaire, health history questionnaire, sorry. And the consent form also tells you the risks and of the program, and also tells you the treatment on any injuries that may occur during the process. It will also tell you advantages that you can gain from it, such as improving your health and fitness, and it can also benefit you in the future when you get older. And health history questionnaire. Health history questionnaire is a questionnaire that results of as many questions as, well, it doesn't have, it's unlimited questions, unlike the PIQ, which is only 7 questions. The good thing about this is the more questions you have, the more information you can find out about the client. It also tells you if there's any previous problems with the client or any problems that they're facing at the moment that they may not have told you about at the meeting. Physical activity readiness questionnaire, also known as a PAQ, as mentioned in the last slide, it only contains 7 questions, no more, no less. The good thing about the PAQ is you can take the PAQ and maybe after a health history questionnaire you've gone through 30 questions, and then by the end of it they find out that you actually can't take part in physical activity because you need to go see a doctor about injuries or whatnot. Whereas a PAQ, it gives you 7 questions straight away, and if you do answer no to any of the questions, you will have to stop and just hand the form back, and you may be seen to a doctor for medical referral. It's put in place so we can see if you're actually physically ready to become physically active. This test is suitable for ages 15 to 69. These are 4 methods of obtaining health screening, like practically. So you've got the peak flow test, the hip to waist ratio, resting heart rate and blood pressure test. The peak flow test is a test where you hold a handheld device called a peak flow test. It's to test if your airways are narrowed, and measuring how fast you can breathe out indicates whether you may have any problems. It may not be able to find out just from this test, but it can lead you to take other tests just in case. Things such as asthma could affect this, and maybe smoking. If you are smoking, it can reduce the amount that you are blowing out. The way to do this test is standing up in a comfortable position, taking a deep breath and blowing into the tube at the end of the mouthpiece. Make sure that the point marker is at 0 before you start, and just push the biggest breath out you can. This test is 3 times just to make sure that you aren't just doing it wrong maybe the first time, or it's more reliable that way. The next test is the hip to waist ratio. This test measures the amount of fat being stored around your abdominal area. It indicates risks of obesity, specifically the risk of CHD, which is coronary heart disease. This test isn't as reliable as most tests, as it can be proven wrong. For instance, a bodybuilder could have a broad body, and this test would say that he was obese when really he could be one of the fittest people around. The way to do this test is to measure around your waist, just below your belly button, and it's best to get someone else to do this so they can see it's more reliable and you can see the actual score, and then do it again at your hips. Then you divide them both and find the score, and the score will be on the table of norms. The resting heart rate test. This test is to measure how many heartbeats you have in a minute. The best way to do this is to place your index finger and your middle finger on your wrist or on above your elbow, and do not use your thumb because your thumb has a pulse of its own and it will not work properly. It's best to do this when you are resting, not after you've had a walk around and stuff. The test should be repeated 3 times. The blood pressure test. This test is more reliable than the resting heart rate test because it does actually tell you your resting heart rate and you won't lose count. Whereas, like, if you have got your fingers on your hand and counting away, maybe you might lose track. Whereas this is a machine, it will not won't count anything. It's best to relax for 5 minutes before using the machine, and ask the client if the test has been done before. If it has, ask them which arm it was, and depending on the arm, you use the opposite arm. If it hasn't been done or they can't remember, just use the left arm because it's closer to the heart. And ask them to sit down with the arm resting on a chair arm, and with a 45-degree angle. And you can find the radial pulse just on your bicep there. The cuff is placed on your arm with the pipe going down your arm always, and then you start the machine and the machine will just do all the work for you. Afterwards, the machine will give you the scores. It will tell you your resting heart rate, and it can also tell you if you've had, it can also show if you've maybe at the risk of a heart attack as well. Strength and weaknesses of the methods. The HHQ, the PARQ and the consent forms. These aren't physical tests and so aren't as reliable as the physical tests because you're only getting information out of your client. They may not know that they have injuries or have past health, and until they see a doctor, no one will know really. As mentioned, the hip to waist ratio is unreliable. As I mentioned, the bodybuilder, according to the test, you would be obese. Another flaw about this is it does not take account of your age and height. Also, the hip to waist ratio doesn't take into account your lifestyle. The PARQ test has flaws as it only has 7 questions, meaning that you can only get so so much information out of it. The informed consent form is good because it gives the client information on what it's about, what they can do, and tells them that they are obligated to leave. It also has contact information on where to. And the HHQ is, I would say, better than the PARQ in ways, as it can include the PARQ questions anyway, and it can have unlimited questions, and the more questions you have, the more you can find out about your client. The peak flow test is a reliable source to check if the client has any problems with their respiratory system. It can show if they may need to exercise more to clear their airways, and it can also show you maybe how healthy you are. And the resting heart rate is not the most reliable source because you can lose count when you count them, whereas the blood pressure test, it's machine operated, so it will take your resting heart rate anyway. And these are two of the HHQ PARQs consent forms, taken, one by Rhys and another one by James. Both of the tests were very similar, even though both of them do different sports. For example, they both take part in over 15 hours a week in physical activity, and they both don't drink alcohol as much. And James Gullins is age 19 and Rhys is age 26. These are the two evaluations of the HHQs. As mentioned, the age difference is 7 years. But Chris's main sport is cheerleading, where it involves more cardiovascular endurance, with the jumping around and doing backflips and things, whereas James mainly focuses on the muscles in the gym rather than the cardiovascular. Rhys is a team sport, whereas James is individual, and none of them have any current injuries according to the tests, and both eligible to take part in physical activity.
Okay, thanks, Rhys.